Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Welcome to the Northern Kentucky Spotlight podcast powered by CKREU. I'm your host, Sarah Brookbank. Today on the podcast, Nancy Spivey discusses Disrupt HR with David Noe and Mike Sipple. And I chat with the team of Greater Comfort Mechanical about their HVAC service options in Northern Kentucky. Thank you to our podcast sponsor, CKREU, Google and Amazon advertising experts. Now let's go hear from that sponsor, meet our members of the week, and Nancy and I will be back with this week's guests.
Ranking on Google Search and Maps is easy to understand, but hard to do. It requires constant effort and attention, uploading new photos, responding to Google reviews, writing weekly posts, and checking suggested updates. Google listing optimization takes experience and time, and there are no shortcuts. CKREU gives your Google My Business account the steady, consistent attention it needs to be effective, optimizing, updating, and expanding critical content every single week. From local retail stores to large regional networks, CKREU generates content, establishes benchmarks, and creates dramatic, measurable increases in engagement. So what can CKREU do for your business? More calls, more clicks, more clients.
Congratulations to our members of the week. You can learn more about these businesses by following the Northern Kentucky Chamber on social media, where we highlight one of these businesses each day. Now, let's meet our members of the week. Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, now open in Florence, is a popular dessert franchise known for its refreshing Italian ice, creamy frozen custard, and blended treats like gelati and milkshakes. Comparion Insurance Agency offers customers 50-plus insurance companies with product breadth including car, home, life, pet, renters, umbrella, jewelry, and much more. Evident Event Video Entertainment is a video production and LED video display rental company based in Cincinnati. Mentoring Plus empowers disadvantaged youth and their families to fulfill their potential and to contribute to the well-being of the community.
Hi, I'm Nancy Spivey, Vice President of Talent Strategies with the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce and one of the organizers of the inaugural Disrupt HR Northern Kentucky event. And I am here today with my other organizers, and I'd love for you to introduce yourselves, although I think most people know who you are. I'll start with Mike.
Sure. So Mike Sipple, CEO of Centennial and the Talent Magnet Institute and host of the Unconventional Leadership Podcast.
David
Noe with Speakeasy HR, podcast host, Payroll Partners, HR and Brand Advocacy Manager. Happy to be here.
Yeah, and Disrupt HR is quickly upon us. It's happening July 8th. And,
Here we go.
We started having a little side conversation about a year ago when we were seeing Disrupt HR pop up in other communities. Why are we doing Disrupt HR, and what is Disrupt HR, Mike?
Yeah, so Disrupt HR is intentionally that, conversations to bring conversations and ideas that are different in thinking and strategy around people leadership and leading teams and organizations. I think 170 different states, 50 countries or so. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's definitely global.
Right.
And it is presentations in a little bit different form. So you have 5 minutes with 20 slides, and they change every
15 seconds.
So it's a high energy, think about something that you've thought is broken or something that needs to be changed or something that you wish others would get along and like stand up and rally for around the topics of leadership, people, and human capital, and then come and deliver it in a high impact, high energy. You'll hear cheering, you'll hear lots of noise. I think we even have a couple sound clappers to rally around with our topic. And
Mike.
No more secrets will be shared here. We're really excited to be launching the first ever Disrupt Northern Kentucky, Disrupt HR Northern Kentucky.
And I know the Northern Kentucky Chamber is thrilled to be involved in this. It's very different for an organization who does over 100 events each year. This is going to be a very different type of event.
Yeah.
And, the response to me has been phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
We are over a month out and we are sold out. So
That's right.
It's an amazing experience. I look forward to continuing this in future years and growing and growing and growing. And, and I know, David, you've participated in a Disrupt HR event before as a presenter. Tell me about that experience.
Yeah, so I joined Jennifer's planning team at Cincinnati, where it all started 12 years ago. She started the Disrupt HR idea and asked her about being part of it. She said, "Why don't you be on our planning team?" So it was just an incredible experience to be at the event, presenting, being up on stage, and talking to everybody there. We had about 250 people there, and yeah, the energy's high. You just have a lot of people behind you supporting you, and you have 5 minutes, so you have a lot to get through potentially. And it was just an exciting event to be a part of, and now I get to be a part of this planning team and be co-emceeing it with Mike, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
So yeah, how hard is it to put your content in a 5-minute structured presentation?
Yeah, it really pushes people that are usually up presenting on stage for 30 to 40 minutes, right? Like you have a presentation, slides, a lot to get through. So it's less is more. You use a lot of pictures and funny, emojis or something where people are not used to that norm of a presentation. So I've told everybody that we've talked to who are presenting, I said, use words, but use more pictures and ways to get your point across in that 5 minutes and keep people engaged in the topic.
So we're starting the event on July 8th with a cocktail reception at NKY at Griffin Hall. There's a beautiful digitorium that we're going to have the presentation portion, kind of have that setting there. Give me some other insights. If I'm in the audience, should I bring a notepad? What's this look like? What should I expect?
Yeah. So again, with the fact that we're doing it in 5-minute windows is a totally different experience for most. So I remember the 12 years ago, like the first one, it's like, it's high end. So expect to clap and cheer people on. Mm-hmm. You can take notes, in I don't know if a notepad per se, but maybe on your phone, like text yourself some notes, take some pictures with those that you're with. That's another thing. It's about creating the energy and keeping the energy in the room. These videos will go on the internet for always exist and be there. That's a part of the engagement with Disrupt HR, which is part of the genius of the founders with Jennifer McClure, thinking about how do we archive all of these stories and think about that. That's a lot of stories that have been told. And then just even think about, I've never heard this person speak or that person speak. So as we curated the speakers, the goal isn't to just have, you think Disrupt HR, all HR people. Mm-hmm. The goal is to have people from all throughout the organizations who have a vision and have a story and have a message to tell. So I would encourage the audience to think about who have I not met that I really want to go up and spend time with that person and learn more about what she or he delivered on the stage that really motivated me and inspired me. That would be my biggest takeaway. I've met some really cool people, not just from here, even attending events from here, because people travel into different Disrupt events, and I want to get to know him. I want to get to know her and what they're all about, and unpack what that 5 minutes, how they got there. So I would encourage, make connections here. Make new friends, and I align to that person. I'm going to get to know him and see where that might take you in your organization.
And my understanding is we have 14 presenters coming to the Northern Kentucky event, actually presenting those 5-minute segments. And you two have been talking to the speakers. How are they feeling?
Some, it's their first time doing it. And so I've been sharing a little bit about what it was like on that side for myself and just how I prepared for that conversation and that presentation. So they're all excited, and some are obviously more veterans than some. So obviously Steve Brown is a local personality in HR that people who have not seen him speak. He's got a brand new topic to bring and close it out as the last speaker. So they're all excited, and I think it's a very diverse group of individuals that are coming to the event. Some local people that I think people will see the names and recognize them, and maybe have never heard them speak, but know who they are and what they do.
Yeah. And for those who are veteran speakers, maybe they haven't talked about this topic. it's a different way to deliver. So I think people are the excitement, David, that you just mentioned. Like people are excited to like deliver this message in this context because it's not 40 minutes, it's not 30 minutes, it's 5. So how do I get people to resonate with what I have to deliver? Which I think is a brilliant and it is a genius strategy of like, let's really shift it up, and you'll get through. 5 times 14, like it moves fast. So the event, you're not stuck just listening to, all right, now we're going to take a break and come back. It's like we go and the energy's in the room. So yeah, so everybody's pretty excited about it. I mean, looking forward to it, a little nervous, but in general, we'll cheer them on and get them over the nervousness.
Well, and if people didn't get a chance to buy a ticket this year, sorry it's sold out, but they can go out afterwards, like you said, view the videos,
Yes.
Sign up next year, get it on your calendar early. It'll be in July again next year. So we just look forward, I think, to just getting this experience and being part of this experience with our audience. So thank you guys both so much for talking me into doing this little uncomfortable outside the box thing.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an outstanding event.
The Northern Kentucky Chamber is innovative all the way around. So we thank you for leaning into the innovation and bringing something new to all of our community.
Great.
So,
thank you.
Thanks for allowing me to be a part of it. It's great.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. Today on the podcast, I am joined by Greater Comfort Mechanical. Welcome to the podcast. I'm going to have you both introduce yourselves.
I'm Jennifer Mauch. I'm the Benefits Coordinator at Greater Comfort.
Jay Royer, the Vice President of Business Development.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you both so much for coming. We're going to jump right in. Tell me a little bit about Greater Comfort. How did you guys get started? What do you guys do?
Greater Comfort was founded in 2005 by Dan Lickert out of his basement here in Newport. Since then, we have expanded from mostly residential into more commercial and industrial.
Mm-hmm.
Now we've actually developed 2 distinct companies. We have GC Home Service and we have Greater Comfort Mechanical. We're here representing Greater Comfort Mechanical.
Yeah. So different than what like most people would think. It's like if the AC or HVAC goes out of my house, they're not calling you, they're calling the other section. So tell us more about like what the mechanical aspect of the business does.
Yeah, so Greater Comfort Mechanical, we focus on everything from a small local business, could be a CPA right down the street, to a large industrial warehouse building, or any commercial facility, from anything with air conditioning that is not a residence, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So everybody else other than
Yes.
people living at home. So I love that. And so you've talked a little bit about who you serve. What do you think sets you apart? Because you're not the only industrial commercial HVAC company out there. What do you guys think really is setting you apart when you're working?
Well, I think one of the main things is that we're one of the only truly locally owned companies of our kind around anymore. So a lot of the competitors or the folks that you'll see that operate in the same kind of space as us are either always have been or have in recent years been acquired by a large equity group. So they still have local people performing the work, but the decisions are not, the big decisions are not made here locally, and the money is not kept here locally. So Greater Comfort, we're all local people. We live in the communities. We all are involved in the communities, and the owner is very involved and active in giving back, and the money stays here. So.
Yeah, that's really important. Did you have something to add? It looks like you were going to say something.
Yeah, we give back to Holly Hill, Protect for Paws. We donate to many of the schools and youth organizations locally. We're very, very committed to our community.
Yeah, that's really important. We love hearing that. The locally owned and operated piece is a really big thing. Outside of the 2 things that you guys have mentioned, is there anything else that really is a benefit of being locally owned and operated?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, just the importance of relationships, talking to people again that are from here and involved and kind of know what's going on in this area and in the community. I think that goes a long way, because you can relate with people quite a bit. And actually to go along with that, though, with what Jennifer had said, the level to which we're able to give back to causes and schools and youth programs and things like that, it's a lot of it. It's like things that our kids are involved in, schools, athletics. So giving back to a lot of things that our own employees are involved in or their families are involved in is a lot of fun and rewarding. So.
Yeah. Well, I love to hear that. So let's pivot kind of back more to the service aspect and what you guys actually do. So when somebody calls you or they're like a longtime client, tell us a little bit about the work that you guys are doing for those clients, and then what you think the biggest benefits are of working with Greater Comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're working with, again, any business of any size with heating and air conditioning equipment, anything that's not a residence, starting with partnering with them on preventative maintenance, helping them to prevent breakdowns, keeping the systems operating as efficiently as possible. So little things go a long way with maintenance, with filters, belts, and just routine things that we need to make sure are taken care of so that their energy bills are impacted in a positive way. So starting there with preventive maintenance and partnering with our customers and developing a plan that's best and customized for the equipment at their building. And it's different. Every building is different. Every situation, a manufacturing plant that has a lot of process and dust and things like that is, they may have the same equipment, but that environment is more harsh on the equipment. So customized plans for maintenance is kind of where it starts. And then from there, just service and repairs as needed. If they call us at 24/7, if they need us after hours on a weekend, we like the calls during the business hours. Our technicians like that a little better, but we're there when they need us for any breakdowns, whether that's keeping people comfortable in an office setting, or something that's more related to business operations. So we're there when they need us to come out for service, make the repair, and then all the way to new construction, replacements of old equipment, you name it. So from maintenance to design build to new construction and everything in between.
And although we service the mechanical side, if you need someone to come to your home, give us a call anyway, and we will connect you with GC Home Service.
Yeah. So you guys are answering the phone no matter what. I love to hear that. And one of the other things that you mentioned that you wanted to talk about, especially when it comes to like partnering with your customers, you want to talk about customer education. Tell me a little bit about that piece.
Yeah, I think that's really where it all starts. I think you have a lot of facility managers, or you have people who have been put in charge of facilities who aren't experienced in many of the specific trades and things that they're getting services for. So educating them on not just how the systems work, but really what's best to keep that equipment running efficiently. Maybe working with them on maybe their maintenance staff can change the filters every month on a situation that requires that, and we're there more for the deeper, more complex maintenance and service needs. So just coming up with and partnering with them and educating them on the type of equipment and what that equipment and their facility needs, and it's always different based on the environment and equipment.
Yeah, for sure. So a lot of great information about Greater Comfort Mechanical. So if people are listening to this and they're like, well, maybe I want to learn more or switch my HVAC provider, what's the best way to learn more about you guys and get in touch?
Definitely give Jay a call.
Call Jay directly.
Yeah, I got the Jay hotline. Don't take that the wrong way. Our website is a great place, as well as our main phone number is 859-491-4915. So they can call us directly there. We'll always have someone in our service department that will answer that phone. And they can take that request if it's something related to a project or maintenance or something like that. They'll probably get you in touch with me or someone on my team. And then if it's more of an immediate service need and you need someone today, they're going to get somebody out there right away. The website is also a great place. You can fill out a form, request service, request a quote, any of those types of things right there on greatercomfort.com.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. We are always hiring journeyman technicians and service technicians.
Yes, a good hiring plug.
Installers and service technicians. So it's on our website as well, greatercomfort.com.
Yeah. Well, we will send people there. Thank you guys so much for coming on. You're not done yet. Final questions. What else do you think our viewers and listeners need to know about Greater Comfort Mechanical?
We are just a down home company. Everybody works here, lives here. Most people grew up here. This community is everything to us. We give back and we want to help this area grow and develop more.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think more than anything, like what Jennifer, to touch on what Jennifer's saying, is just we're local people. We're from here. We're just we're just normal people. We don't, it doesn't, coming into work doesn't feel like a corporation. We're having fun together and taking care of people, and our focus is on serving businesses the best that we can. And I think there's a level of service that's more personal than that you'll get somewhere else. And that's a lost art these days. So that's what we focus on.
Okay, well, great. Well, thank you both so much for coming on the podcast today.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you to our Investors Circle members. Our Investors Circle members help us promote and support the development of strong businesses and a vibrant economy in the Northern Kentucky region. Thank you to all of these members for their investment, which will help the Northern Kentucky Chamber of Commerce in our mission to develop and grow a thriving business community. Northern Kentucky needs tailored solutions to address our housing shortage. Home for All, Northern Kentucky Housing Strategies, explores how we can retain young adults, help older residents downsize or age in place, and ensure new neighbors have housing options that fit their lives. Dive into the report at housingNKY.org. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed hearing about Disrupt HR and about Greater Comfort Mechanical. Like Nancy said, Disrupt HR is unfortunately sold out, but once that event goes live, we will have those videos up and live for you, and we will post them on the Chamber's social media channels so you can tune in if you missed out on registering for this year's event. Thank you once again to our podcast sponsor, CKREU, Google and Amazon advertising experts. I have one upcoming event to plug for you guys on the podcast today. The NKYP Lunchtime Leader Chat with NKU President Dr. Katie Short-Thompson is happening on Thursday, July 16th at the NKU Student Union. Dr. Short-Thompson will share her career journey, offer insights into her leadership and success, and provide valuable advice for young professionals looking to grow and lead in their own careers. You can register at nkychamber.com/events. And finally, if you're a member who would like to be featured on the podcast, or if you're someone who is interested in joining the Northern Kentucky Chamber, please reach out to Lynn Ablin. You can find her contact information on the screen if you're a viewer, and our listeners can find that at nkychamber.com/staff. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next week.